Hello, everyone. I think we're going to start, if that's okay. So I'm teaching this semester, so I'm getting ready for my getting the students woken up this early in the morning and getting them sat down and ready to learn. So hopefully you've all had caffeine and you're ready to have a great day here at Guildford. So let me introduce myself. I'm Bob Nichol. I am the Pro-Vice-Chancellor Executive Dean for the Faculty of Engineering and Physical Sciences. And it's a pleasure to come here today and welcome you to Guildford, to the University of Surrey. And I hope you have a profitable day discussing all the wonderful things around urban development, green and blue infrastructure, and how do we make the world a better place for ourselves and also our children. So apologies, I will have to leave right away. I would love to stay and listen to all the talks, but my days as an academic are sadly over. As you go further up the chain in leadership, they tend to give you more and more work to do. But it's not as fun as sitting and listening to all your talks. So please enjoy your time and have a profitable day. There are probably three reasons why they asked me to open your conference today. So if you don't mind, I'll go through those three reasons. Just like students turning up late. There you go. So the three reasons. First, what I'm particularly proud of is as part of my membership of the executive board of this university, I am EB lead for sustainability. So I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that the university has an executive board member that has sustainability in their title, and I get to look at everything we do as a university through the lens of sustainability. And I think that's a really powerful opportunity to embed sustainability in everything we do at the university. So maybe I can give you some examples of how that oversight on sustainability has turned up here in Surrey. First and foremost, I'm very proud this conference is co-sponsored by our Institute of Sustainability. This institute builds on a heritage we've had, particularly in my faculty with the Centre of Environment and Sustainability, in really trying to understand that interdisciplinary approach to sustainability. This grand challenge will not be solved by any particular discipline or any particular set of people. It will only be solved if we all come together and are stakeholders in solving the issues around sustainability. So we have a long history of getting lots of different people around the table, and we now have a pan-university institute with 260 fellows from across the university that routinely come together from different disciplines, different backgrounds, with different ideas to talk about how do we solve the big grand challenges that face us. So it's in its second year as an institute, and we're just about to start phase 2 of that institute, where I expected to see it grow and really start to reach out beyond the boundaries of the university and embed itself into all aspects of society. And one thing in particular that I want you to think about is that we do have an innovation hub within the Institute of Sustainability, and that innovation hub is there for you as a single door that you can go and knock on and say, how can you help me embed sustainability in what I do? So if you're a public service, if you're a company, if you're another university, please come and knock on that door. And Natalie is sat in the audience there, and you can actually go and talk to her in the break. So please think about using our innovation hub here at the University of Surrey. I'm also, the other thing that we are doing as an executive board is we have committed ourselves to be net zero by 2030. That's going to be tough. We all know that's going to be tough. But I'm very proud that we're in the advanced stages now of planning for a solar farm just the other side of the A3. And that will be a 13 megawatt solar farm, which on a good day, and it's a good day in Surrey all the time, it's always sunny down here. That's why we're not building wind farms in Surrey. We're building solar farms in Surrey. On a good day, it should provide at least 70% of the electricity that we use here on campus. So my hope is the next time you come back here, once you've been to all the other universities, but when you come back here, my hope is that solar farm is there working, and the electricity that's powering these lights will be from our own solar farm. So that has been a long journey trying to get that sorted out. Finally, I'm very proud of the fact that in the impact rankings, so I wouldn't be a senior member of the university if I wasn't to talk about rankings, but the ranking I want to talk about, of course, is in the impact ranking. That is, we get judged against all universities relative to the SDGs, the UN SDGs, and I'm very proud to say that Surrey is in the top 5% in the world, and we're in the top 20 in the UK. So again, we're really in that top echelons of universities that is embedding sustainability in all aspects of what we do. That includes policy, includes our technology, and includes our research and teaching as well. So that's really the main reason they asked me, but I have two more flippant reasons for why I was asked to open this conference. The second reason is my profession is I'm an astronomer. So I can tell you there isn't another Earth out there, okay? Actually, I can tell you with some authority that our telescopes are yet to find another Earth-like planet nearby. There's actually, I don't know if you read, there was a discovery of a super-Earth, but that super-Earth that was recently discovered is 20 light years. So if you have a bad commute now, imagine commuting 20 light years to a super-Earth around a nearby star. I say it rather flippantly, but also there's a sense here that our stewardship of this planet. This planet is pretty unique. I can tell you that. It's a pretty unique planet. So let's look after it, okay? Let's look after it because there isn't a plan B, or should I say there isn't planet B, okay? The third reason, and I'm happy to bore anybody about this, the third reason they probably asked me is in the last year, I've taken quite a leap. In the last year, I've converted myself to an electric car, and I've converted myself to a heat pump in 1 year. So I am now living off the grid. Well, I'm still on the grid, I guess, but I'm living off the gas, I think is the way I should say it. So definitely it is an experience. It is a leap of faith a little bit, but just to let you know, I'm loving it. The electric car is great, and the heat pump is pretty good as well. So I will stop there because I can see my time is up. I hope you enjoy your time in Guildford. I hope you enjoy your time on the campus. And if you get a moment, it is going to be sunny today. We've got a lovely lake. You can go for a little walk around the lake and eat your sandwiches down by the lake. Thank you very much. Prashant, I hope you have a good day.
So thank you very much, and welcome everyone to this third Reclaim Network Plus conference. As Bob says, we don't have another planet, so let's see what we are doing here and what small contributions we are making through this network, which started a couple of years back. What I'm going to do is I will just go through very quickly what this network is all about and what are the activities we have been doing over the past the few years. And also introducing the team who have been really working hard in the background. So this network, as we call it, Reclaim, so the whole full name is Reclaiming Forgotten Cities, turning cities from vulnerable spaces to healthy places for people. As the name suggests, there has been a lot of focus on the areas which are deprived from the green-blue infrastructure and how we can help actually make them more sustainable and bring more greening into them. So this is a network which was led by the University of Surrey, and we got 4 other partners there, and we got colleagues representing here the UKCH, University of Bath, University of Warwick, and Bangor. And this is more precisely the team where we started with. I've got here a couple of my colleagues, Professor Lauren Jones, so if you wanted to raise your hand, just to, as a co-lead, Dr. Niria Calavillo, and Dr. Thomas Kalden. Professor Sheila Malam could not join today because of some health issues. And we got 2 colleagues, actually, Mark Simmons, and Charlotte Ledan, who has been behind all this, the arrangements and helping to run the network. So we started with around 40 partners in the beginning, and the whole idea of the network since the beginning has been that we do not really want to be a completely academic sort of, the network. We want it to be the network for all. And this is where we started with bringing the charities, bringing the, the international partners, local councils, industries, businesses, and environmental groups actually who were interested in, in this sort of, the agenda there. And the vision was that can we create a one-stop shop to help achieve the real change on the ground by focusing on the areas which are deprived from the green and blue infrastructure, and bring this multidisciplinary community together, because if you wanted to address this sort of challenge, you cannot really do by applying a single discipline. There were some technical objectives in terms of we wanted to build the network, wanted to identify the research challenges, then support, address those challenges by funding some of those activities through the grants, and then having quite a lot of engagement activities like the seminars, webinars, workshops, and so on. So I'll go in detail. And more importantly, creating some sort of a knowledge platform which can be exploited, which can be utilized when the decision-making comes into play in this particular area. I think some of the unique things I would say about this work was just thinking the GBGI, which is the green-blue infrastructure, from the social perspective. Challenges and solutions usually are looked in silos, so we want to bring this community together to see the holistic point of view that how these sort of interventions could help, and taking more like a systematic approach. And the focus has always been that focusing on the areas where there are biggest gains, and there are areas which are really deprived from these GBGI, and how we can accelerate the uptake of these sort of solutions. And more importantly, building the community of practice, which has been really the the one kind of the important thing. We wanted this network to be strong and lasting, and we can proudly say that we have done it. We started with 2 years, then we are in the 3rd year. We still got 6 months to go formally to end, and there are plans to continue beyond this. Obviously involving the broader community so that we can take bolder and bigger initiatives and create the case studies that could act as an example and that could be followed by others. So I'll say some of the bits around that. So we started with 40. At the moment, we got 650 members over 40 countries. So we're really proud of, of building this community together. And they come from the variety of sectors, as you can see from this graph. So there are lots of, the non-academic, the partners involved in it. And there has been loads of these activities that included, developing the resources. So if you go on the Reclaim webpage, you can find the platform. You can connect with other people as a member. There are 2 things which we are doing at the moment is the GBGI database. So this is basically to visualize the existing information in a simpler way, and the CPT courses, which we will be launching one by one from February onwards. So there has been, these activities. If you just sum this up into one figure, so there were 9 projects we funded, around 400K. There were webinars which has been running non-stop. We have already delivered 32 webinars with 66 speakers so far. Synthesis reviews, workshops we funded, photography competition, knowledge exchange visits, engagement events. So this is the 3rd one. We planned for 1, and then it was quite successful. Then we gone for 2nd one, and then there were some more demands, so we went for the 3rd one here. There is there are lots of videos being created. So you go onto the YouTube channel of Reclaim, you could see there are around 58 videos, which talks about the webinars, which talks about these projects in a very 2 or 3 minutes kind of video, synthesizing the key take-home messages and the recommendations you can have from them. So it's a huge amount of the efforts put it in creating these contents, which could really be in the long-lasting there. And in terms of the the impact, we have been supporting the grants which has been put in this particular area to the UKRI, but also from other places, around 15 million worth of the funding applications we have supported through the network. And these are some examples of the successes. One of the projects is the GP4 streets, which we will be launching, which has already been launched in December. So this is basically looking into how you can, the street environments, and how you can make some DIY solutions which people could possibly be applying by themselves. And then there are, as you can see that it's again a multidisciplinary kind of the funding by EPSRC, AHRC, NERC, and MARC and DEFRA with the Met Office involved in it. So this is really bringing this multidisciplinary kind of the aspect in there. There has been another project called Green Cities that was funded by the NERC, looking into how the parks could basically provide the benefits of urban heating, and that's with Brazil. So there is quite a lot of these the activities, and there are quite a few proposals still under review. So you will see that the legacy of the network, the ideas being converted into the plans there. And the network work has been widely recognized and acknowledged. As you can see from the World Economic Forum, you could see the UN, the biodiversity, the presenting the evidence base in the parliament. So there has been quite a lot of the public-facing kind of the activities to help implement, and some of the recommendations were also appeared in the post-note from the parliament, which was published last year. So I will finish here. And this is the, the agenda looks like for the day. So you can see that we are on to the third bullet point, or in fact the fourth bullet point in the, in the list. And without any further ado, I'm gonna introduce our keynote speaker, Professor Alistair Lewis. So it's a really great pleasure actually for him to find time and come and talk about what's the landscape in the UK. So just to say very few words about him, Alistair Lewis, also known very well as Ali, is a professor of atmospheric chemistry at the University of York and the National Center for Atmospheric Sciences, based in Waltham Atmospheric Chemistry Laboratories. He's the chair of DEFRA Air Quality Expert Group and the Department for Transport Science Advisory Council. So he's a prominent figure in leading quite a lot of these activities, which is coming, which is really influencing the policy in the UK. So we have a great pleasure to have you, and we're looking forward to listening to you.